Welcome everyone to another edition of Raw is Retro. It's
How do you stay that
31st
height?
of March 2023. Why are you so
I
hyped?
don't even, and what? I don't want to know what he's doing off camera.
You're going to start drug testing me.
Yeah.
We are coming live from the Continental Airlines Arena in East
It's still there.
Rutherford, New Jersey. Is it still there? Is that the question? Is it still there?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
There.
Yes, it is still there. It's the Meadowlands Arena. Which sounds
Jesus.
rubbish. It sounds so rubbish.
Man, these names get worse. These names get worse. It's like Crypto and Stable Center.
They're crypto. They're by sponsorships now, so it's like, ugh.
Yeah. That's what things. That's why I like my Dodger Stadium just still being known as Dodger Stadium. It's not.
First of all.
Oh, here we go.
You're a reboot, okay? Your Dodger Stadium.
Oh my God!
Are
you going back 100 years? Are you going back 100 years? It's been 100 years already.
I'm just stating the facts.
So Raw kicks off with the champ. He says he did exactly what he would do. He'd head to Philadelphia, go on Route 316, and burn the SmackDown hotel to the ground.
Damn.
And now he's done with the sentimental bullshit. Austin thinks the WWF title belt isn't worth it. Worth all the trouble and aggravation. He wants Vince out here right now so he can relinquish that belt.
You want to know why it wasn't worth it, Manny? Because he's just a man trying to win a championship, and everybody's making it personal.
Marcus, it's a wrestling championship. Not just any championship, a wrestling championship.
I needed to hold my belt, my pants up.
Vince
heavy ass
cautiously comes to the ring, and Austin hands him the belt. But he wants his belt. He wants his custom Stone Cold Steve Austin Smoking Skull belt, which Vince is holding currently as a trophy, which he holds, which we see various footage. We see various footage of this.
It's over my mantle. I see it every morning. I see victory.
Gives him to the end of the show. He's got 2 hours to get him that belt.
Jamal, all right, Jamal, I'm not from the New Jersey area or New York area, but that title was clearly in Connecticut. How long would it take you to drive from Connecticut to get that title to this Continental in New Jersey, right? The Continental Airlines Arena.
It's a couple hours. It's like 5 hours from Jersey, about like 3 hours from New York. So a couple hours, give or take.
Hell did he get that title here in time? That limo driver.
He sends Stephanie to get the belt originally.
But
and first class back then wasn't first class now. Like,
I don't know how he did it. I don't know. It's a magic.
Had to be a helicopter.
Duplicates, baby, duplicates.
Or as I like to say, he was going to do it anyway. He was like, I'm going to give this man his title back. But the main thing is, Vince isn't allowed to be attacked by Austin, but he was provoking him last night in the footage of Vince stumping Steve Austin, which led to Vince fearing Austin, and then hitting him with the belt, and Austin being like, what the fuck, and running away.
So we get our first match of the night. It's Sable and Jacqueline versus Ivory and Tori. Why? Like, seriously, why?
Someone asked for this, Manny, and it had to be you. It had to be you.
No, it couldn't have been me.
The answer is puppies.
Puppies. But this is basically the match. Kind of just happens, but then
it's the Raw Mania, damn it.
As everyone's trying to leave, the Ministry of Darkness interrupt. Sable can't escape because she's by the ropes, and there's huge gaps between them behind her.
Tori turned back and sided with Sable in this one, right? Or did I?
No,
or something, right? Or am I tripping?
Look,
Tori loses the match, I believe, because Ivory chases Terry up the ramp because she got burnt by a cigar on Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah, but I thought there was another term from Tori or something, but I don't know. I got all these episodes mixed in. But anyway, terrific Undertaker choked the Sable, who everybody got the fuck out of there but Sable. And then he's like, I want to see what you working with. And then he starts saying, he's like, bitch, gotcha.
Then he says, Vince got Vince's meal ticket. He's got Vince's meal ticket, so he needs to get out here right now to save her.
Mr. Man, the show's been on what, 20 minutes? Mr. Man's been out there twice in crisis mode.
I've never seen this man. So
I gotta get a title here within 2 hours. Won't get my ass kicked. My meal ticket's being choked in the ring, and then my daughter's kidnapped 1 second later.
Vince tells Shane to stay in the back with Stephanie while he takes care of this. Isn't she supposed to be going to Connecticut? So where did this change? When did the plan change?
Somewhere in the back where he realized the plan's to get her.
Vince comes out, drops the mic, and then heads right back through the curtain. He sprints back, screaming for Stephanie. Stephanie! Stephanie!
And then Shane's back there being completely incompetent. Where is she? I don't know. You were supposed to be with her. I don't know. Where did he go? There's people laid out in the hallway.
What you mean you don't know?
Where did he go? Vince telling Shane not to call the cops and saying Stephanie must be in the parking lot. Instead of going to look for her, he walks around the dressing room. It's very interesting to see when you see what's coming in the story. Then we get a sad expert. He's been turned on.
I'm sad. I can't believe Triple H turned to me. And lies out in China, and my whole life, and I don't know. I came back a year ago. I don't know. I'm sad.
But the Outlaws and X-Pac are going to be here every week to tell Hunter to suck it. Until the day I die.
The day I die. That day is still not to come yet, shockingly enough.
Yeah. Triple H's name may be Hunter, but tonight he is the hunted. Then Vince gets a call from the Undertaker saying she really is sugar and spice and everything. That
Menace!
He was about to
What is he doing to women?
What is he doing?
So in the past 3 weeks, we've seen Deborah bloodbath. We've seen Undertaker outside of Mr. Man's house talking about there's a woman coming home.
With the brood humping the window. Like.
Yeah, he's choked Sable. And he's kidnapped Stephanie and put her in some basement.
Fireballs have been thrown. The first fireball has been thrown.
Do you know, this is the thing, because when this is all happening, I can't care about the rest of the show because you've got Vince, you got the problem with Vince of trying to get a title back so he doesn't get destroyed. You've got his Stephanie being kidnapped. Why should I care about the rest of the show? I don't care about this match between Big Show and
There's real shit going on. This man's going through it. This man is in trouble.
He needs help. Help him.
You know, I'm sure that after the day after WrestleMania, he was like, you know what? At least I have the finances of this show to keep me warm. No, literally 24 hours later, my daughter's been kidnapped. My meal ticket's been strangled. And Austin's gonna beat my ass if I can find his fucking belt, which is 8 hours away, probably.
I didn't know I thought I was watching an episode of 24, not Raw.
Yes. And I need Special Agent Kid Shamrock to find my daughter. I'll find her, Vince. Who was doing a terrible job in the back.
The following takes place between 9 p.m. and 10
So we get Big Show test. Big Show makes quick work a test. Big Show talks about how Vince is having some personal trauma right now, but Show doesn't really care. Vince thought that he owned the Big Show, but no one owns him at all. If it was Vince that said that when Big Show got to the WWF, everything was going to change. Starting tonight, Vince is going to eat those words. As Marcus already alluded to, Vince sends Shamrock to find Stephanie.
More Vince shit. This whole first hour is all about Vince and his problems.
So there was one point where Ken Shamrock saw like a bin, like a massive bin, or like a laundry bin or something. Before looking in it, he kicks it. What if she was in there?
She would have hopped out and was like, ah! Well, the chaos that Ken Shamrock was causing in the back, he was doing a horrible job at looking. He was knocking over buckets and trash cans and kicking over laundry bins. And I was like, this isn't detective work at all. Have you seen it? Have you seen the brunette? Have you seen her? Brown hair, purple shirt. Have you seen her?
It's him being very distraught.
The way he was doing that was like if someone was following you and you wanted to lay traps, so like don't follow me and leave, you have to climb over the shit or something. The way he was looking for her.
I just want to say for the oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that freaking the person chasing would have the Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees powers that fucking negate all of that. He's just gonna turn up. He's like, I turned around, you're not there, and then look, you're in front of me.
But if you were in this arena, Manny and Jamal, where would be the first place you look if you believe she's still in the building?
If it's the Undertaker, I'm going to the basement.
I would go the opposite and go up the rafters.
Yeah, I would. Those are the two places you would go with the Undertaker. I don't know where he thought this would have been. Where was he looking?
I would go up and then work my way down.
I don't know where he was looking.
I didn't even go to the girls' bathroom or nothing. Like, damn.
Yeah, the interrogation match was unnecessary.
The Undertaker leaving her in plain sight would have been more funnier to watch.
Just have her tied up next to the fans and nobody says anything because she's tied
up. So we move into a hardcore title match between Dr. Death Steve Williams versus Hardcore Holly. This match was trash.
Was JR on the Spanish table already, or was that?
Yeah, JR joins commentary, but he's literally talking to them, talking English to Spanish people.
Yes, and they kept cutting into it. What the hell's that?
The Spanish people, for those that don't know, are the same ones that are announcing in AAA right now.
Yes.
Oh, Hector. I can't even remember the name.
The guy, the one that's powder cocaine.
Hector Garcia, and then freaking Mr. Peligro himself. So. Peligro.
And then basically Al Snow keeps the title on Hardcore Holly because he nails Dr. Death with a frying pan.
Yes. I went, ouch. Jesus. Yeah. What the hell's this, Rev? What the hell's this? And I was like, there's no rules in this. You have to do is behind the ref back.
So you'd think after losing the WWF title to Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock would have either the night off or just be put in a better match. No, he's going off against Billy Gunn, who's freshly lost a hardcore title to a hardcore.
Freshly lost hardcore belt.
Yeah.
Bunch of losers over here.
Rock. A great one who's pissed off that he lost. Got Stone Cold stunned at WrestleMania. The lights up, tits up, lights up.
The Rock
He got his heat back. He just completely dominated, but really shocked he was in this match with Billy Gunn.
No, what's shocking is, so Vince McMahon sets you a task of find your door. Do you turn up to your match against Gangrel?
I was wondering the same thing, but then Michael Cole broke it down saying this is more of an interrogation. He can beat this out of gay girl. That's why he took the match. But I do feel like there are more important things. He did. He got it.
Nah, he got the information.
But he didn't get it.
He got it from Christian. He put Christian after the bloodbath.
They gave him a bloodbath, but he got Christian's leg, who couldn't get out of there, and was like, ah! And Christian squealed because Christian's a straight up snitch. In the basement. She's in the basement. Don't break my leg. Don't break my leg. As Ken Shamrock is covered in blood.
So I've already watched next week's episode. I forgot Undertaker punished people for snitching because Christian got beaten.
Yeah, they get whipped. They get whipped.
Bitches get stitches. You should have known that. How
you ruined a great plan.
In the darkness.
So, Ken
Shamrock's covered in blood.
He's covered in blood, and he's continuing his terrible search in the basement. Just knocking things over and kicking things.
Where is she?
He finds her, and Stephanie's screaming, "Ah!" She's freaking out, but she's being rescued by a man, a psychopath covered in blood.
What?
I went, this is some dark ass shit.
I'm here to save you. No, get away from me.
He's covered in blood.
But I don't know how you guys, because you're the Catholics on Ash Wednesday decide to put a cross on your head.
Yeah, they do it
the day after Shrove Tuesday.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's like Ash Wednesday for Stephanie McMahon because she had the cross on her head. Undertaker blessed her.
He drew his cross. There were dick pics on. He drew dicks on her cheek, like she was a passed out frat girl or something. Like, I don't understand. That was the damage he was doing. Stephanie ain't been right since.
And then in all this process, we've got an IC title match between the Road Dogg and Goldust.
Yeah. But my main question is, could she have just left that basement? No one was there. Shamrock just walked in.
How did we know that? Remember, Undertaker is
Shamrock did nothing.
Everywhere.
Shamrock just walked into a room covered in blood and carried her out. There was no one there.
Michelle Branch was popping. That motherfucker was everywhere too. Was everywhere.
Goldust wins the Intercontinental title off Road Dogg.
Speech.
And then Goldust did do a speech.
Yeah, that's the part that made me laugh. I don't know why.
Why? Because he said raging climax.
No, it's because he won the IC title and he had this moment. He had this moment of, none of you people think I would ever win it again. And I'm like, I never asked that. I never asked this question.
You have to understand. Like, people forget that the original Goldust gimmick is that he's trying to portray an Oscar that is wrestling. So when he finally gets the gold, as he's Goldust,
it's his third time. It's his third time.
So,
it was funny to me for some reason that he had a speech. I was like, all right.
Take this away from me.
Shamrock returns Stephanie to Vince, who's now crying on his shoulder, and then we move into a tag team title match between Owen Hart, Jeff Jarrett, and the Legion of Doom. Why?
The actual Legion of Doom?
The actual Legion. Not the cool Legion of Doom from 2 weeks ago.
They're so out of shape. They looked out of shape and beat up, and I was like, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing here? What a rush. Yeah. Kind of.
The tag team champions are getting disrespected again.
Yeah.
No, they aren't, because they have defended those titles every week since the month of
At least
March.
they're on TV. This is what Owen Hart was talking about. Enough is enough, and it's time for a fucking change.
Time for a change.
Jeff cracks the guitar over Hawk's head and puts Owen on top to retain the belt. And then we go back to the back. With Vince thanking Shamrock for his services, and Shane has the Smoking Skull belt. Vince doesn't care because the night is over as far as he's concerned. Shane is tasked by giving the belt back to Steve Austin, but they leave Shane and say tonight is over.
Tonight's over.
Shane has other plans.
Yeah, it's not over. It's not over. It may be over him, but it ain't over for me. It's over. Man, you better give that man his belt. Your dad's been through enough already.
And then X-Pac versus Triple H. This is typical just DQ match.
Yeah,
it is what it is. It is what it is. Like
the new heel Triple H.
The new heel Triple H.
He's ready to be the full game soon. You know he's going to be drugging a woman and marrying her.
My time.
Shane and Triple H in China continue to beat down X-Pac after the match until Kane tries to make the save. Shane actually goes after him, puts him but it's enough distraction that doesn't help Triple H at all that much. China's distraction, on the other hand, let Triple H hit Kane in the head with a chair with not much effect. Shane
wasn't China helping Kane out like basically.
Well, that was before you shot me in the eye.
That's true.
Shane stays in the ring for the big closing number with Steve Austin. He says they're both champions, and if Austin wants his belt, he's gonna have all he has to do is look around the waist of the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. Cue The Rock with the title over his shoulder, making Shane look like a mean old liar.
With the belt on The Rock, you son of a bitch. No, he really has to work for
it. He may have lost last night, but it took 2 stunners to do it. Cue Austin for the fight with The Rock, sending him into the announce table. They head back inside the ring, and there's a stunner for Shane, only for The Rock to take him down. Again, the skull belt to the head drops Austin, and then there's Triple H to help with the beatdown. Shamrock and Testa also here, but Big Show makes the save, allowing Austin to stand back while he cleans house and chokeslam to Triple H to end the show.
Yes.
And if you watch this on the network, you got about 10 extra minutes of Steve Austin stunnering and drinking beer with Big Show.
It's the same Attitude Extra. It's the same all the time. It's just The Rock falling for the same trap. Let me go get a beer. Austin goes, let's celebrate tonight with a beer. We had a hell of a night at WrestleMania. Let's celebrate the beer. And it's every single week The Rock falls for this shit. And he goes, okay. And there's proceeds stunners and beer and everything else.
So, guys, who is your MVP of the night?
I will say, I think I would have died 8 times if I was Vince McMahon in this episode. Because of the stress I would have been under, just in general, what's going on in the show. I got Angry JR trying to take over the Smash and now Steve. I have Steve Austin want his belt back. Yeah.
Angry JR is lost.
Yeah, I can see he's not giving a fuck about that. I have my daughter being kidnapped. Steve Austin's gonna whoop my ass. The Undertaker is just, trolling me, talking about, where your family is. I'm having a hell of a night. I'm giving it to Vince McMahon just for stress.
Jamal, who have you got?
I gotta give it to Ken Shamrock. He's the one that found
Yeah. Detective Shamrock. Detective Shamrock is my
stress. Your
special agent.
He got covered in blood. Then he had to do detective work. Now he's in the rafters. Now he's in the basement. Now
and he had to run out the end too to attack Steve Austin.
He saved him.
Shane had him. After all this, Shane was like, yeah, now after all that, Shamrock, I'm glad you saved my sister and all, but we also need you to beat up Steve Austin later.
It's Ken Shamrock.
And then he got decked by Big Show.
Moment of the night. What have you got?
Oh, it's just all the Stephanie kidnapping stuff with Shamrock. It was just Shamrock. Shamrock's missions to save the day.
That whole segment.
Shamrock's quest.
Just Shamrock's quest. If I were to title the show, Shamrock saves the day.
Detective Shamrock.
Shamrock saves Raw after Mania.
Raw was Shamrock that day.
My name is Jack Bauer, and this is the worst day of my life. Or the longest day.
Hours of 10 p.m. and 11 p.m.
I'm telling you now, all this stuff with Jey Uso not turning up to SmackDown, send Detective Shamrock, he'd be there instantly.
I'm looking for it. Jey Uso just knocking over stuff on his way.
He's working with Impact. He's not going to do that shit.
Detective Shamrock.
Shredded. That man looks just as good today as he ever did.
Yeah, dude that has never not been in shape. I want to catch Shamrock slipping and being fat, but never going to happen. Put him in the Hall of Fame.
Marcus, would you like to do the outro today? I've done it for 4 weeks.
Okay, so the outro is tune in to all of the content on this channel and including Jemal SoundCloud, the Three Faces of Jemal on SoundCloud. This is just the Mid-Card Match Podcast to hear about all the WrestleManias and everything else. Mangas, like Santino was saying. WrestleManias that you can see and everything else out there that is going on. ETE Wednesday, Untitles on Tuesday, Thursday, Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast Saturday, Raw's Retro right here on this Friday show, and who knows what other shorts that are coming out in the coming weeks or days or hours or years or whatever. Just stay tuned for your latest Cathy Kelly updates.
Match of the weeks. Every Sunday, Monday, one of those days, whenever I decide and Manny decides to post.
Marcus, F you. I've got Santino stuck in my head now. The
WrestleMania.
honky donkey mans.
The honky donkey man.
John Cena.
John Cena.
Rodney the Piper.
My bad. Phoenix.
Santino needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, man. Check out ETE, and we're gonna be discussing Ring of Honor's return.
Yes.
We gotta watch it on Honor Club, and how that's bad for business. That it has to be on Honor Club. It's bad for business.
I will not honor their club.
AEW ain't low. They could have fucking shared a network.
They won't. They won't.
By the way, happy March 29, Manny. Happy March 29.
March 29.
I'm assuming we had us.
March 29.
I'm assuming we had a successful Two-Pay Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever.
Are we gonna do it on a Tuesday or are we gonna do it on a Thursday?
Well, it's on March 29 is a Wednesday if you want to always do it on March 29.
So you two have to do it on ETE.
Oh, every Wednesday.
Every March 29 it needs to be done.
So,
Tuesday.
man, we're saying for
Jamal,
Thursday.
it falls on you today. It falls on you this year.
Well, it would have already happened on this episode of Retro.
Yeah, it isn't the 26th of February. I promise you it isn't.
All right. So, without further ado, there's only one less thing to do till now, and that is say bye! Thank you, Kiss Rock. You say Stephanie. Bye!